That is how it all started, right?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Billa Sandeep. That 1% that pushes you, that's enough for you.
That's enough. Just go ahead then.
Yeah. You just told me, just start. Whatever happens, we will take care. Don't worry.
Yes.
And then it happened there.
Tell me, what are the best benefits of the club if somebody is going to join as a Homepreneurs Club member?
Community.
I remember your classic dialogue always. If you are looking to sell to the club, you can only sell to 160 or 165 members. But if you are going to look to sell through the club, every member is going to know
160 into X.
100. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bilna Sandeep Show. I am Bilna Sandeep, the founder of Homepreneurs Club and the managing director of Growy and Build Market Lab, a marketing agency based in Dubai. Today on the show you have a very special guest who most of you might already know if you have been following my social media or Homepreneurs Club or our Bilna Sandeep Show, because she's been on a guest before a few months back. It is none other than Anjum.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Anjum. How are you today?
Thank you, Billa. Thank you for having me again. It's very exciting as always.
Now to our listeners, if you have been following us, you know you have seen the big announcements we have made about Homepreneurs Club. Anjum has now been taking up the role of Chief Operations Officer for Homepreneurs Club, COO of the club. So welcome to our show, CEO of Homepreneurs Club.
Thank you so much.
So Anjum, I just want to ask you about how do you feel, starting from being a community manager to now being the CEO of the club. I remember the very first conversation we had, I think maybe like 1.5 years back.
It was in October 2022.
When you first emailed me, it
Yes.
was your email that I got
was
first.
a very classic thing, when somebody says, I've always learned, just ask.
Yes.
What is the maximum that you will get is a no.
Yes.
That's it. So there was a Facebook post you did.
Yes.
I'm not sure what it was.
I think I was looking for a community manager. No, I think it was about something
It
else.
was just a normal
right?
post,
Yes.
and you said something. I said, okay, are you guys hiring now?
Yes.
So you replied, can you send me your CV?
And
We are
that's
always
how the
hiring.
conversation started, right?
I sent my resume to you, and I remember this very well. I was at Hamleys in Dubai Mall.
Okay.
I was shopping for my daughter's birthday gift. That's when I received it.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Billa Sandeep. I'm like, Billa, I'm shopping in a toy store.
That is how it all started, right?
Yeah, then it's when you told me that you need a manager, community manager, and
Yes.
you saw my profile and everything. So
And I think your profile at that time said you were helping course creators.
yes, it was
right?
a very digital learning profile. So when I saw the job profile as well, the technical part of the profile, I was very happy. I said, yes, I can do
That
it.
is what you were exactly looking for,
Yeah.
right? Like we
I
were
said-
on Kajabi.
Yes.
and-
So I said I'll do it, but when it comes to people management, I don't know, Bilna. And then you're like, you will do it, just start. So that I really have to thank you, and I always keep telling members also, that whenever,
Just start, right?
whenever you're low, there is that 1% that pushes you. That's enough for you.
That's enough. Just go ahead then.
You just told me, just start. Whatever happens, we will take care. Don't worry.
Yes.
And then it happened there.
And for me also, like I was also in that figuring out phase. Like I knew I had a big vision for the club, but I had no idea how to reach there. We are still on that journey. Now
Yes.
we are together in that journey.
Correct.
So I was basically looking for somebody who had the right attitude and who could take my vision, who could learn what I want, what that vision, and who would have that similar similar energy to go ahead,
Similar craze to do
similar
things.
craze, similar vibes. So that is what I was looking for, and I felt like the very fact that you reached out to me, that itself was a like big positive thing for me, because I want people who are ready to take that step. So you took the first step, so that was enough for me, And it was not even a job application where I posted for something and you came. It
Correct.
was a random
It was
email,
very random,
right?
yes.
So that itself was like, okay, she has got that something in her. I don't know where we are going to go ahead, but let's try.
Yeah, even I also started this role with that. I said, let's just start and see where, because I was working from home with my own business, right?
Yes.
So then I said, I have to step out of the world, out in the world,
Out into the out of the
what
comfort.
it is. And then it just went.
And then like now, how is that difference? From when you joined the first being introduced as a community manager, and probably I think initially you started taking up the webinars hosting, then we started going the in-person meetings. So how was that experience initially?
To me personally, it was a very two-way street. Like
Okay.
when I joined, I just went. We were 44 members
Yes.
that time. I just went in. I told them, this is my background. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. So, if I get stuck, I need your help. And
Okay.
the community as such was very supportive. So
Very
everybody
true.
there.
Very true.
So they will always come and they will help me. They're like, why are you doing this? And then it's good. You don't feel that you do this, that, and everything.
And I think the good thing about our community is everybody is in it together, right?
Yes.
Like everybody wants to grow, and everyone knows that we need to grow and we need to support each other. to
Correct.
grow.
That's what happened. So they supported me, and then when I grew, now I support
Them
everybody.
back. It's like giving back to that community
So it's a
as
very
well, right?
two-way street, yeah. And then it was a gradual progress.
Yes, and even the whole club, like if somebody who is seeing from outside the Homepreneurs Club, just like you said, when you joined it was 44 members, then we went up to 175 in the last
Yes.
launch, and now we are about 160 members, right? So that transformation for somebody who's seeing the club from outside as well, it's a huge one, right? And
But it's a lot of hard work.
yes, there's a lot of work that's went behind, and we were figuring out a lot of things. And
Especially our open door campaign.
Yes.
The last day
yes,
is so
that
like...
was like a moment. Remember, we had an enrollment from Audrey at 11:57
yeah,
at
and
night.
we were like, okay. We were all sitting and checking who's going to do it, who's
Is
going
there
to do
anybody
it.
coming in the last? And then we all went to sleep. In the morning, when we woke up at around 6-7, there were 3 other enrollments,
Yes.
because technically we could only close it in the next day morning.
Correct, yeah. So it was, that is a very, adrenaline rush.
Yes.
When you have a campaign running in the club.
I think that was not just for us as a team members of the club. Even the members who joined, they were all looking forward to what was happening in the campaign. And there are a few members who are also other community people in our club, right? Who also joined,
Yes.
who are owners of other communities. And they were also looking forward to what we were doing, and they were taking the learning
Correct.
back. And they all come to us, what do you do? How can I also implement the similar thing in the community?
Yes.
And we are like always open.
That transparency with us, I feel, is what is one factor that keeps the members stay back with us.
Yes, because they know that, like, we did the whole YouTube video after that, how we did the whole campaign, because there were a lot of people coming in asking us, how did you grow such fast as a club? And for me, it was not really just a fast growth in 3 weeks. It is the background work that was actually done over a 3-year period.
That
Right?
was-
And out of that, you were already part of it for almost 1.5 to 2 years of it. So you know that
Correct.
how it went into it.
We work around the clock without,
Yes.
I think WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is a blessing, and also sometimes it gets out of hands as
I know.
well.
When you message like at 12 in the night, and when you reply, and then you start talking like, no, let's do this, let's do that.
Then we get into the talking mode, then we forget, oh my god, it's 12 at night. So Anjum, now before you become the CEO, the journey as a community manager, initially it was people management, but then you got into a lot of other things, part of the business as well, where we brought in some amazing collaborations, right? So what are the milestones, or what are those pivotal moments you had in the last 1.5 years in the club?
So first is definitely our first launch, where
Yes.
we went from 84 to 174.
That was like the huge
Yes, that was, even for me, it was a very first experience and the first
learning also
milestone,
for us.
achievable milestone in the club, right? And the other is the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival.
Yes.
You know, no matter how much background work you've done back and forth, when you open the sef.com website, you scroll down, you see your little logo there.
And that was like a proud moment.
That was very,
and with the names of
yeah.
Imar and all
Yeah,
those,
yes.
and then down communities, and we had our name there.
Logo. To see that logo there, that was it was such a, exciting feeling,
And a lot of our club members went on representing the club that
They
day.
got so
for the-
much value from
Yes.
there. They came back to me and said, thank you for sending us there. If you had not pushed us to go, then we would not have gone. But
And there were some amazing talks that happened that day for the show, and I remember Iram had done a few reels about it, which and she even shared the learnings from the
Yes.
CF day in the club as in the WhatsApp group, right?
And everyone's favorite was Khalid.
Everybody wanted that Khalid Ameri's talk
Khalid
that day.
Al-Ameri, we have to someday we have to invite him and come to the club.
Let's tag him when we do this. Let's see if he can come.
No, I have to tell everybody, Khalid, if you're listening, everybody were your super fans. They were just talking about you, how you gave them all those learnings.
Amazing. I hope we get to have you on our show or on our club as a
Soon,
guest sometime. Fingers crossed. So now also coming back to the brand, the club as a brand, right? So it was, I think in one of our internal meetings we discussed we create those badges
Yes.
for our club members.
Yes.
And I was not sure if the club members would want to wear it. So we were giving it as batch wise because whoever comes for the meetups, we were distributing it. And in one of the meetups, I actually missed to take the set of meetups. So I had some of the new members go and ask some other members, is it something that is available only to the founding members or something? We also want that. So that was something,
Yes.
right? And I also saw in the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival, the photos some of them posted, and I saw Suganya had posted. And Suganya had the club badge when she went there. So I think now the members of the club have started owning the club like it is their own. And I think you have played a huge role in that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Because I know, like you used to tell me, right? Every day morning I wake up, I want to think what should I cook for my
Yes.
family, and the next thing is what
what
should
do
I
I
do
do
for
for the
my
club?
members. And you have really owned it, and your energy has really passed on to a lot of our members who actually own the club that way.
You know, Billa, like members come and tell me that how do you have this energy? How are you able to motivate anybody and everybody in the club? And I always tell them that it is not just my energy, it is what when I see you, I get that.
Yes.
So I pass it on to you.
Yes.
You know? So they expect that from me.
Yes.
Even in our meetups, they want us to be there for them, to support them,
Yes.
especially when you cheer them. They just love it, you know.
Can you
and-
share a few stories of the transformations of some of the members you have seen? Because I know you have this community manager's desk post which you do on Instagram, right? And people love that post.
Yes.
So can you tell me some of
So
those stories?
that is like I have to go and stalk everybody on Instagram, what they're doing. It is not something scripted or anything.
Yes.
I really have to stalk. I have to keep a watch. And when something they have done is really good, it could be something small, like Radhika.
Yes.
So when I met her for the first time, she was telling me that she gets very nervous.
Yes.
She has camera, she cannot face the camera and everything. Then I saw her consistently, she posted her stories.
Yes.
So when I did that post, I asked for a photo. She said, why? I said, no, you have to give me and then I will tell you.
Okay.
When I did that post, she was so happy that somebody has seen that she has taken this
Yes,
effort.
yes, and somebody
You
has
know?
really seen what she has done over the, and she
Yeah.
had 2-3 amazing big workshops she's done, right,
She
with
does,
100 plus
yes.
people in the room,
She is-
and some of the club members collaborated in
Correct.
that workshop.
That's a very nice thing about the club, you know. When you have a question or you have a request, you just pop it in the group saying, like Radhika, she said, I'm doing this workshop, I need somebody to help.
Yes,
It gets sorted, somebody's there, so they say, let me help you. Let me help you, I'm there for you.
yes, yes.
You know? So that's one.
Any other stories you remember like that? Who, or, any other members you want to share? Something like that. I think every member is a story, right? It's so hard to pick.
They're all my success stories.
In their own worlds, there is different kind of success.
Yes, there is. I have to pick and tell. Then there is Trija.
Yes.
I have to tell her she's working full time.
Yes.
She works full time on her business.
Yes.
She watches the webinars.
Yes.
She comes back to me and she says, "Do you have a webinar on this topic?" I say, "No, I don't have." "Can you do it?" "Okay." But she cannot attend live sessions because we do it at 11 o'clock. She's at office. So then after I upload it on the portal, I tell her, "Trija, this is there." Then she will watch that. She'll come back to me. She'll say, "Okay, I learned this, but I want XYZ,
She's
in
one
that topic."
person who really follows the webinars, I think,
She's
right?
so focused, and I always tell her, I always tell the members also.
Yes.
What she does is so much. It's too much, right? What
Yes.
she does, but still she does it.
Yes, and we get that back-end access on Kajabi to see who all has watched the recording, and it's always Trija topping it.
Trija
right?
is always there. she's very, very religiously. She'll do all that.
So these are I think amazing stories that we need to bring out to the world from the club, and every time somebody sees somebody is doing it, that is when others say, okay, I can also do the same. I also have the possibility to grow.
Correct.
Right? Anjum, do you also want to share some of the challenges that our club members face, or the most common things that you see as a trend among women entrepreneurs in our club?
The challenges general women face, it's just not our members, it's like everybody. One is definitely confidence.
Yes.
Because they know it all, they do it all, but when it comes to putting it forward or telling it out, they are like, oh, am I doing this?
Am I doing
Can
it
I
right?
do it?
Am I good enough?
Well, yes. So that is there with them. And the other common challenge I feel is that they're very shy to network.
Yes.
And 20 out of 10 times in a day, I go and tell them, online or in person, you have to network, you have to show up, you have to tell them who you are, what you are, and build that relationship. It definitely comes back to you tenfold.
Yes. And I think I have seen you always push them, to come forward, because some people, just like you said, they just need that push and they'll be there.
You always have to nudge them. Why are you not coming?
In a very subtle push. Subtle push for that, right?
Sometimes you have to say, I didn't see you, why are you not there? And you'll be like, okay, I have to go to school. I also have to go to school. Come, no?
I think what members love the most about you is also that, because it's very easy for us as entrepreneurs to lose track of what we're doing, because there is 101 things we're doing every day. And when there is somebody who's coming and one is, like you said, observing what you do and appreciating them, so I see you always recognize the members and their efforts, and also you give that when that push is needed, and when to step back also. You don't just go too hard on people.
Correct.
Know their limitations. If you see it's genuine, then you don't go. So that is something I think people love the most about you when I see as a third person.
Yeah.
Because they know that you are that people's person in the club. They know you are approachable. They know that they can come to you. Maybe you might be busy now, but they know they'll get an answer from you probably next day or so. But you will make sure that is there with them.
Yeah, that what do you say? Immediate accessibility that we have. There is no barrier. Like if you have to talk to somebody in the business people in the club, then you have to go through these set of emails or this or that. No, they just take WhatsApp and the message and they get a reply. It's very simple, right? So that is the ease of communication within the club is very nice.
Nice. Now, if you were to I'll just ask you one question. In 1 minute, can you tell me what are the best benefits of the club if somebody is going to join as a Homepreneurs Club member?
Community.
5 points. That is the most important, right?
Yes. We tell always that we live in a day where you go to Google and say I want to post on LinkedIn, then you get a lot of
Yes.
things.
Yes.
So it's not very difficult to
Get
if
the
you're tech
information.
smart, you
Yes.
can always learn.
Yes.
That's what many of us do,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But the people connection, the community part of it, the identity, the belonging,
Yes.
that is, you have to work towards it, and we give that platform for them to make it easy.
And I know you have also faced some challenges from some members where they come in and say, Anjum, I'm not getting a sale from the club. What's your take on that?
That's a difficult question.
Because I know there are some members who's grown amazingly through the club, and there are some probably they don't know how to make use of the club. So if I were to come to you and tell you I have a marketing agency and I'm not getting sale, what should I do? How can the club help me?
The first question I asked them is, when did you drop a hi
In the
in
group?
the WhatsApp group?
Most of the time nobody did.
Yeah, because the person who is asking me that question, I know that they've not shown up.
Yes.
So then they'll be like, oh, I'm so busy. Then I know you. How do you expect the other people to know you?
Other 160 members in the club, how do they know
Yeah,
you, right? Until you start doing something.
Yes. Now, like for instance, I know Aswati.
Yes.
So I've given my daughter's birthday cake.
Yes.
Now, anybody asks for a cake, I always tell Aswati because
Yes.
I know her.
Because you have seen her a lot
Yeah,
of times, right? Then it comes to your memory.
She shows up, she's there and everything. So without you showing up, how do you think? That's what I asked them. I said, when did you drop a hi? And then instead of, they say, okay, I will do it. And then they go back and then they send, this is my Instagram link, please follow. I have to go, no, that is not what you have to do.
Who wants to follow you until they know who you are, right?
It doesn't work like
Yes.
that. You have to give them value. Like we had Naina and Sargun
Yes.
in first few weeks.
Yes.
So both of them, I went to them like the last moment. I told them, this webinar is cancelled. Can you please do a session? She was like, okay, I will do it.
Yes.
I said, Sargun, people have asked me for social media tips. Can you do it in the brainstorming session? She said, yes, we'll do it. So they came in and they genuinely gave
Value.
so much value.
Yes.
You know,
Without selling anything.
they did not sell.
Yes.
Neither did they advertise their services, nor did
They didn't even tell about the name of their business.
No, they
right?
didn't. They didn't even tell follow me on social media
Yeah.
or anything. They just gave that value and went. And now, when people want social media, they immediately, I see that,
Yes.
add Sargun Kaur Sahani on
Yes.
the thing.
Yes.
So that's
This
how it
what
is.
A
Yes.
club or any networking is about, right? It's about first giving
Correct.
so that people remember you
Yes.
when they need you. And maybe somebody in the club, maybe they might not need you, but their network might need you. And your name is going to come up in their mind first because Sargun gave that session,
Correct.
20-minute high value session without expecting anything in
Yes,
return.
it's always network through the club and not to the club.
Yes.
Because you never know who they are going to refer you to.
Exactly. And I remember your classic dialogue always. If you are looking to sell to the club, you can only sell to 160 or 165 members. But if you are going to look to sell through the club, every member is going to know
160 into X.
100. Right? So I love that dialogue which you always tell them. But I think that is the whole essence of the networking itself.
Sometimes you have to be strict with people telling you this is what it is.
Yes. So, Anjum, one fun question. If you were to
Yes.
if you were to invite 3 entrepreneurs to a dinner party with you, or
Okay.
party with the club,
Okay.
who would they be?
Gary Vee.
Wow.
Definitely.
Now reminds me of Rohita.
No, but I really like how he motivates everybody.
Very good.
He will just, again, I think he's just like me.
Wow.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just go and do it. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Number 2?
Other will be Huda from Huda Beauty.
Wow.
Definitely for some makeup tips I would want, but otherwise I want to meet her.
Okay.
It is a third, again, beauty brand. I think I really need makeup classes.
Veena is there.
Falguni Nair from Nykaa.
Wow.
It's just not about how she's grown in India, but recently
Now
she's
she's launched in UAE as well. So it's
So
I hope if you're watching, this is our special invite to you.
Yes, I need lessons how to scale.
I think all our women look forward to scaling their businesses in whatever way possible. And all the three people you mentioned are definitely an inspiration for our club members. Before we wind up the session, one final question. What are the maybe 3 major lessons that you learned from the club? And what is one advice that you want to give back to women entrepreneurs who are either part of the club or who wants to join the club?
Okay. 3 lessons I learned. One, continuous learning.
Yes.
You have to be learning, you have to be unlearning, relearning everything. And then adaptability, pivot. You should know when to pivot.
Okay.
Something is
When
there.
something is not working out,
Yes,
what's
you
the next
should
way
know
out?
when to pivot.
Move on.
You cannot sit down and
Yes.
cry like this didn't happen to me.
Yes.
Just learn where to go next. And then empathy.
Okay.
It is there, when you listen to them, when you put yourself in their
In their
shoes,
shoes, you
that's when you
understand.
connect with them, and then they feel that connection,
Yes.
and they bloom better.
When you
That way.
connect with empathy, they are more able to take
Yes.
whatever advice you give,
Yes.
and they are able to implement it
Put
better.
it, yes, that way. And then if I have to give some advice for
Yes.
anybody, believe in yourself. There
Very
is
true.
absolutely nothing that you cannot do.
Yes.
You just have to do it. Set very clear goals. It could be small goals
Yes.
as well. It doesn't matter.
The
Big
size
or
doesn't
small,
matter, but
anything.
it is the goal that you
Yes,
set that matters.
yes. And invest in your community, build that relationship with people, and try and get with them, because like we say, you never know who they are going to refer you to. So always
You never know who's
invest.
connected to whom.
Yes,
And never underestimate anybody.
no, you always have that. You will lose out on stuff if you are going to be quiet and not investing in the community. It's going to come back tenfold. The ROI is going to be very big.
Only if you are ready to do it in the right way.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you so much, Anjum, for being on our show. And to all our listeners, if you want to learn more about Homepreneurs Club, the link is there in the comments, or you can just go to www.homepreneursclub.com and you can join the waiting list, or if the list is already open, just join as a club member as well. Thank you.
Thank you.